To this now, the National Driving Schools Association of South Africa in Gauteng is protesting again today. It wants to shut down 38 drivers and learners testing centres in the province. Yesterday, it forced the closure of the Sandton licensing department in Marlborough. Nkosazana Dambuza joins me now to talk a little bit about this. Good morning to you, Nkosazana. Just give us a little bit of a background. What is the association's concerns?
Good morning, Nandi. So I'm at the driving license testing centre in Centurion, where the National Driving School Association of South Africa is seeking to shut down all operations for the day, as well as at all other 37 testing centres in the province. But let me just move out and give you a clearer picture of what's going on here today. They are, of course, seeking to get attention from the Minister of Transport, Fikile Mbalula, regarding their list of demands, which they handed to his office on the 15th of February this month. But here, some driving school vehicles are here already and have closed off the entrance to this particular testing centre. As you can see, they say they don't want anybody going in, and that members of the public who actually want to renew their licenses, some of their learners and driving licenses, are unable to access this testing centre here today and complete their business of the day. In fact, many of the members of the public have been forced to turn back here today. But in terms of police presence, Nandi, there are no police officers here in sight as yet, but they are, of course, expected to monitor this protest. But joining me now to talk more on this is Mos Letsolo, who is the spokesperson for the National Driving School Association of South Africa. Thank you so much, sir, for your time. Can you just tell us, why are you here today and why are you blocking off entrance into this testing centre?
Okay, so first of all, we are a national Driving School Association of South Africa. Okay, so we're representing all driving schools in Gauteng, okay, and in the country at large. So there is a system which has been implemented, and it's an online e-notice system. It has been implemented as a way of trying to make our lives easy as driving schools and as members of the community. However, this system has really failed us, because we perceive it as a white elephant, because it is really not serving the purpose that it was implemented for. First of all, this system was implemented as a pilot for some time. Now, a pilot has a set start date and a set completion date, whereby at the end of the day, somebody needs to sit down and say, this thing works or it doesn't work. Or maybe the system needs an improvement. Okay. Now, because there was no consultation right from the beginning to the relevant parties, including our members, even the public, you know, these people don't know what is it that they need to improve, and they don't know the frustrations of people down there, you know, on the grounds. So we're standing here as an organization and we're saying we want the system scrapped, because it is really making our lives difficult when it was actually supposed to have made our lives easy. So we just spoke to you.
Yeah, but Mos, do you not think that you're making it worse for the members of the public by today not allowing them to have access to this testing centre? How is it fair to close off this testing centre?
Well, it is fair because, I just spoke to one of the public members now, and that person took about 8 months to get a date to renew his license. Another one took about 10 months or so to get a date for the learner's license, you know. So this issue really doesn't only affect driving schools, it also affects members of the public, you know, because let's face it, when people do their learner's license, they don't necessarily need a driving school. You know, they don't necessarily need a driving school. So that being the case, people would ordinarily go and book for their learner's licenses at the traffic department. Once they've got their learner's license, then that's when they will need the driving schools, you know. So we've had a problem with now clients coming to us and saying, please help us with bookings because we can't get bookings. You know, they struggle to get bookings and all that. So we then have to step in and help them to get dates and all that, you know. Meanwhile, we are also struggling to get the dates, you know, so it becomes difficult to actually cater for them, and clients don't even understand, you know. So you saying to me, are we not making it difficult? We're really not making it difficult. In fact, we're trying to resolve the issue here. We want this online system scrapped. And that's what we're standing. That's where we're standing as an organization. We're saying we want it scrapped because a system is supposed to make the life easy, but instead it is actually making it more difficult. I can tell you now that for you to get dates, you know, those dates you'll have to get them on a Tuesday, only once a week, you know, and only a certain limited number of dates will be published. You know, and because only a few slots are published, you end up with a backlog in the system. You know, where the public doesn't get dates, driving schools doesn't get dates. We're running businesses, okay, and because we're not getting dates, we cannot service our clients, and it affects our bottom line. Yeah. You know, so our revenue is affected. We were promised the relief funds, you know, at some point. And driving schools applied for the relief funds, but we never really got support from the government in terms of relief funds. And this is our livelihood. We're trying to make sure that that we survive.
And if the Department of Transport does not respond to your cries, will you escalate this protest?
No, definitely. We are not going back. We'll escalate the protest. We will take it forward. You know, we're not going to be backing down.
Which other testing centers in the province can we expect to be closed by your protest today?
So we're closing all traffic departments in Gauteng. You know, so currently we're getting feedback from our guys. What we've closed, and that's just one of the few. You know, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them that are closed currently. You know, so we want our voice to be heard. It looks like our government can only hear us when we when we're picketing. You know, I can tell you now that we had on the 15th of this month we submitted a memorandum to the Department of Transport. We were then promised that we'll get feedback in 7 days' time. 7 days' time, when it comes, you know, guess what happened? We were just presented with a long presentation where somebody was trying to sell the system to us. We feel it was too late for them to try and sell the system to us. You know, it was supposed to have been sold before it was implemented, but it was sold to us on the day when we were expecting feedback. You know, so we feel that we are being taken for granted. You know, people think that we cannot think that far, you know. So it is really a problem.
Thank you so much. Well, there you have it, Nandi. The spokesperson for the National Driving School Association of South Africa, Mos Letsolo, just sharing some of the demands that they say they handed over to the Department of Transport on the 15th of February this month. And of course, they say they will escalate these demonstrations if they do not get feedback from the Minister of Transport, Fikile Mbalula. So we're just waiting to hear whether or not the Minister will reach out to these driving schools. Nandi?
All right. We'll catch up with you a little bit later on. That was my colleague, Nkosazana Tambuza.